G'day viewers and fellow refiners. This is just a really quick video. I'm still in the process of making a video about the sulfuric acid, copper sulfate treating of my precious metals from my stockpot. However, while that's in place, I've had a lot of people asking me how to go about getting started in refining, what's the best way to go about it, and let me just say the ultimate first step is to read Hoke's book. Okay, there's nothing better. No videos are better, no mentors, nothing. Reading the Hoke's book is number one. Then there's advice from people who know what they're doing, whether it be mentors, refining forums, you're welcome to talk to me or anyone else that makes videos. There's all kinds of ways you can get info. The book is number one. Research by all means is definitely is good. All kinds of research. Anyway, so once you've done your research or while you're doing your research, it's worth starting to store items so that when you do know what you're doing, or when you think you're ready to know what you're doing, you have things to process. I've been talking to a gentleman, I can't think of his name now, but he's from Pakistan, and he wants me to mentor him, which is great. I'm happy to. He's an absolute beginner, like hasn't even read the book yet. But I hope to cater for all types of people here. So this is basically just a quick video to show you how I have my setup. Most of what you've seen so far is my lab out the back, but it all starts in my lounge room at the comfort on the couch while I'm watching TV. So it doesn't take up any of my time. This is a hobby for me. I do this while I'm comfortably watching TV. So I would be sitting here watching TV anyway. I might as well be making money while I'm at it. And I'm not the sort of person who can just sit still and do nothing. I get fidgety and antsy and I need to do something. So this for me is like therapy really. I enjoy just sitting here doing this. Anyway, I'll show you the setup that I've got. It varies from time to time depending on the types of things that I've got, but I'll give you a quick rundown. Okay, firstly it starts with a box of goodies. So I've got laptops, phones, tablets, modems, all kinds of things that I would be pulling apart. Then I have containers that I put things in. So here is where my transformers go, my electric motors, my brass, all these things. This gets sorted afterwards. All these tubs are only little things just to put them in while I'm stripping boards. Then I take these tubs to another position over here where I've got everything stored, and I put them in their own tubs so that I get a pile of things happening. So this one here is IC chips, as well as these things. I forget the name of them, but they the same process, exactly the same process. You can single them out if you like, but I put them all together. If I was making a video on IC chips, I would only have IC chips, but I personally run all those things together. Then I've got small BGAs. The only reason there's small BGAs on their own is because I haven't yet separated the big BGAs. Then I have a container with gold pins and bits of boards that have got gold on them. And then any boards that have got lots of gold, and I mean that's got a fair bit of gold, but I'm talking solid bits of gold on it, I separate into a tub like that, which goes into a different batch altogether. I'll show you that in a second. Hang on. So these have got, it might look like a lot of board on the back, but there's, well, this one has been thrown in the wrong tub. My bad. But these here have got big solid bits of gold like that. Like this one here. This is an upcoming video, by the way. Getting a bit of a collection together. The main reason why I even started this collection for the video is because most of these are from TV flat screen boards, and this particular type of gold finger is Eneg, or whatever they call it. It's not the same as a normal gold finger like this, that type of thing. Eneg, I think it's called. It's a different procedure altogether. Every time I see these ones here are normal fingers, and I've just put these in here to make the pole bigger. These are your normal fingers, but these things here, every single time I put these in AP, I've had to put them through 3 or 4 times. It never comes off all completely. So I'm doing a different process that most people wouldn't, because all this green you can see, there's copper under that, and the batch is going to have a lot of copper in it, so most people avoid it. I don't want to give too much away. So this is what I do with this type of thing. Then I have tubs of wiring. So this is my detector, by the way, but there's the third container down there is copper 1. The second one is copper 2, which is your appliance cords. And then this container up here is data, which is 20%. The way they work it out here in Australia is 90%, 50% and 20%. And you get more money if you pile them in the different, see the white tubs, the 3 white tubs? So you put them in different piles and you get different amounts of money for it. So any boards that I take off, things that have a bit stuck to them that need to be depopulated, I then put into this tub here. I'll bring that over. And you see that on there there's things like this, and it's got some IC chips on it. There's only really a few good ones. 1, 2, 3, and then there's a little one down here, 4. Apart from these ultra small ones here, I'll take all those off, but there's not really much else on that board. But they all go into here, and you all know from my past video that I depopulate boards with a heat gun. Well, this board itself, you can see it's got a lot of gold all over it. So once I've depopulated this and taken all as much of the tin off and all those little components, I'll put this whole board in AP. But you can see there's a gold corner BGA here, some IC chips here, another little gold corner BGA there. And I'm trying to look through the camera as I'm pointing, if you're wondering why my finger's going in all over the place. So this is a pretty good board. It's got quite a few IC chips on it. This is a high grade board. There's a heat sink, a copper aluminium heat sink, which would go into my aluminium pile. I've got a box down here which I throw aluminium and copper wire and all kinds of things, which will then get sorted into tubs of their own. Once I remove that, there will be underneath here another gold corner BGA like this, or it might be a flat pack BGA which has nothing on it. Just you'll see a little bit of gold on the top of it, but they're useless. There's nothing on them. There's no ceramic or anything. Most times it's one of these though. So I'm getting a bit of a collection happening of gold corner BGAs. I've got a tub here full of them, which I haven't yet separated, as you can see. Once I do, the ceramic part will go into my tub that I showed you before, wherever that's gone. Had it just a minute ago, and I've lost it. What have I done with it? How did I lose it? Anyway, I don't know how I've lost it. So anyway, you saw the tub before, had BGAs in it. So this is what I do. I just heat these up, get everything off it. And I have these tubs here so that as I depopulate boards, I can put things in their proper tubs. And then once the tub's full, I'll take it over to here and I'll put it into containers that I've got, and inside these drawers. And in that stackable section there's tubs everywhere, and I stack everything up until there's enough to make a batch. So I also have a pretty good screwdriver set. This here has all the different types of screw heads for different machines. Different things have different types of screws on them, and I find that's very necessary. It's my little screwdriver. And one of the things that I've just started pulling apart, it's a modem that I've never seen before, an internet modem, and I've just undone the screws on it, and when you slide it out, quite a nice board. There's a big aluminium heatsink on here, black aluminium heatsink. There's probably some sort of IC chips under these tin things, which I'll pull off with the wire cutters. And then in here, each of these plugs here have got gold wires, gold coated wires. These are phone cords or Ethernet, phone plugs or Ethernet plugs. And you can see in there, I love doing these, they're really good for gold wires. See in there, and then on this side of the board, another heatsink, some gold connections down there. So those types of things there would get cut off the wire, and they would go into my container here with bits of gold, and then I can sort that container out afterwards. More IC chips. So then I just take everything off the boards that I want and process it that way. So there's just a quick rundown of how I sort my stuff out. There's plenty of ways to do it. Everyone's got their own little way, but this is what works for me. I sit here and watch mining shows and how to make gold while I'm making gold. It works for me. You also get the money from your copper, your aluminium, your wire, things like that you get as you go along. Extra ways to make money. And for me it's fun. Like I said, it's a hobby. So this is how I do mine, guys. I hope this helps. So for those who are saying, where do I start? Just start filling up tubs like this. Get all your BGAs in one pile, get all your gold pins and plugs and stuff that you've separated into another. Forget these boards, they're going to confuse you a bit. I'll take these out so you can see. It's mostly just plugs, and I've taken a lot of the wire out of things where I can, but some of those plugs are just really fiddly. See, there's connectors there from cords that have got gold on them. So there's all sorts of stuff in there with gold on them. And then I'll pick through that later and sort it out more. But for now, anything with gold on it, I'll just chuck it in there as I keep going along. IC chips and so on. There's a plug here which I just took off something. It's got gold wires inside it. And I've got a container down here full of, two containers actually, full of plugs and stuff that I've got to go through. So you just get yourself organised in a way that works for you, and just have fun with it, you know. Get a good pile happening. There's no point in trying to do refine a batch this small. It's no good. You want at least to have a tub this size full, up to the top here. When that's full, then you'll have a fairly decent size batch. Anything less than that, the gold quantity that you're hoping to recover will be so minimal, and then you'll be wondering why it didn't work. In that box over here that you can see there, bit of a surprise for you is all coming up. It's my new gold cube. And after I process some IC chips and BGA chips in coming videos, I plan to run it through my gold cube. You've seen me using the blue bowl. You've seen me using other methods. And I can't wait to get the gold cube happening. So this detector that's here is the beach detector, as the Equinox that you saw me in my last unboxing. I know this place looks like it's cluttered. For some of you, they probably think, wow, what a mess. But it's like, it's all set up how I need things. I need tubs and boxes for things to go in. And it works for me, so I don't really care what anyone thinks. I don't want to have to sit outside in the heat. We're having a major heat wave in Australia right now. I'd rather be inside in the air conditioning, comfortably watching TV, and if this is what works for me, well then that's what happens for me. So there's toys there for when my grandkids come over. There's a box, that white crate there, that's got rubbish in it. It's boards and bits and pieces that I've already finished. That white box there I've got to go through, cords and stuff. I have a little rubbish bin just here, so as I'm going through things I can chuck them in the bin. So like once I take this out of there, this is useless, so that'll go probably plastic recycling, but for now it goes in that box and I'll sort that out later. And I have pliers, I have wire cutters, your normal screwdrivers, so your Phillips screwdriver, your flathead screwdriver, and the other ones I showed you. Stanley knife, sometimes you need these, and any tools that you find that work for you. I know some people that have got all kinds of things, and I just get by with what I've been showing you. So this might be a bit boring for some people, but hopefully for some it's like, oh, that's a good idea. For those who have been asking me how to set up, how to start up, I'll just finish up by saying again, read Hoke's book, do a lot of research, listen to videos if you have to, just make sure that they're reputable ones, because there's a lot out there that are fake. Talk to people in refining groups, or you can ask me or others that do it. But while you're doing that, while you're doing your research, just start collecting. Start getting tubs, start filling up buckets, start processing things, so that when you're ready to give it a shot, you've got something to work with. Alrighty guys, so that's helped some people. Like I said, this is just a quick video while I'm still trying to finish the other one off. It's an epic fail at this point in time. I don't want to give too much away yet, but the video will be ready real soon, maybe the next day or two. So for now, just keeping in touch with you guys. Feel free to keep in touch with me, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.